everyone. Chief Manager, Risk and Compliance, Rohan, Jiga, and my dear friends. Actually, it's a real pleasure for me to see all of you today, this morning, just beginning of the year, second day of the year. Actually, this idea came from our staff that we should, since we have been doing this refurbishment for the year, for the whole of last year due to many other reasons. But we just could finish it last month in December. So we thought we have a little function to make it, invite the managers to coincide with the new year as well as the new refurbishment. So thank you very much for taking time to come here. Especially I must say that Mr. Paiva, I told him today morning when he was driving to office just whether he can make 10 minutes because I really appreciate your presence, sir. It's real encouragement for all of us and Arjun and Sinaya. Actually, my dear friends, I would like to take little liberty to share some information about our region. We, as a region, first time we have touched 1 billion mark. We have almost come to 1.1 billion in profitability, and that's, I think, a big achievement as far as the region is concerned. The last year we ended up with about 893 million as a year-end figure. This time we have almost touched 1.1 billion. And advances side, we have done extremely well. We have grown our loan book by about 3.6 billion, and advances, the deposits booked by 2.6 billion. And despite all this growth, the NPA levels have remained at 1 billion level. Total advances reach about 20 billion in the region. So we have overall about 2 to 3% NPA if you look at the overall position, which we have been able to contain over the last 2 years. And that's due to your effort, great effort. And as far as advances side is concerned, I must pay tribute to Mr. Sinaya and Mr. Arjuna, who have been the real assistance in relation to approvals of facilities. I think, although sometimes some people say it's difficult to work with, we have never felt any difficulty. I've been really supportive. Sometimes supportive than Arjuna, some cases. And I must say that in this forum as well. And overall, Arjuna's support, he has been visiting our key customers, and I think we had a very good working relationship all the years, Arjuna. I think that's something we can be pleased with. And then the support from the center, from HR and the operations, I hope support will continue and further grow in the coming years. I think as MD says, this year will be a really challenging year. And the targets, overall last year we have grown in terms of profitability about 23%, 23% to 24%. This year we've been given about 26% overall growth to achieve in terms of profitability, which I think is really challenging, in terms of the various obstacles that will face in the economic scenario. Now, few things that I must share with you all at this time is, my dear friends, we will really have an issue with the interest rates movement in the months to come, and you know the movement of PLR and treasury bills and all that has really gone and reduced our margins. Now, our region being a net borrower from head office, we for a month we borrow about 2.5 to 3 billion at 17% overall. It is very huge amount as far as our region is concerned. We have almost paid more than 160 million interest to head office over the last 10-11 months. If we can at least retain maybe 20% of that, I think our target could be covered easily. We may have to. Last year we made about 2007 we made about 210 million growth in terms of absolute figures, next year we may have to make about 250 million to 260 million to have that 26% growth. So out of 260 million, if we can retain some interest that we pay to head office, say about 30-40 million, our task will be very easy, my dear friends. So what would be our strategy? At this point I must tell you, our strategy should be to mobilize low cost deposits as much as possible. I know it's not easy, it's easier said than done, but the real, I was talking to one manager yesterday, Panchkawat, and he was telling me he has a strategy this year to give targets to even trade people to mobilize deposits. It's a fantastic strategy that we can work on. Because lending effortlessly coming, my dear friends. Giving advances, giving loans is not a difficult thing. Anyone will come and borrow. But real challenge we face is with regard to mobilizing deposits, as you all know. So key skills that we have, the competency that we have, the ability that we have will be really displayed as to how when you really sell deposits. So that's the message that I want you to kindly pass on to your staff, your team members at the branches. This year, from beginning of January, we will try to work very hard towards mobilizing and growing low cost, that is pathological funds and savings and demand deposits. That's the only point of difference that we can make, because margin is going to be thinner and thinner in lending. Margin is going to be really thinner, and the recoveries will be really difficult, my dear friends, because the economic scenario, the cost of production, cost of operations have been really increasing over the years. So people have a lot of pressure with regard to repayments. Therefore, the lending going to be high risk activity. So whilst mobilizing deposits, the other strategy should be to look at fee-based, my dear friends, fee-based income, be the commission and LCs and guarantees, that side. So that will be riskless area. So these are the two areas that we have to really work on: mobilizing low-cost deposits, putting a lot of hard work and effort and time on mobilizing deposits, and then looking at fee-based activities, and also then look at internally how we could reduce or manage our overheads within. So there are two things, that general overheads and the human overheads. Actually, last year we worked with branches. Actually, that's why we were able to reduce some staff in some branches. Actually, managers, when we analyze and explain to the managers, they realize that there some staff, even staff can be reduced from some branches. So either there should be performance, there should be growth, or otherwise we have to look at reducing overheads with regard to human resource. But if definitely, I am sure if you are really growing, we can always convince head office, HR division, and get people. But we don't want to have any branches to have idle staff, because the human cost is going to be very high in the months to come. Therefore, kindly look at again, analyze your figures, and try to demarcate work roles, work areas, delegate, and wherever possible, distribute work equally, and try to be productive and efficient as much as possible. That's the only way to manage our cost effectively. So look at that. And also the fourth one I want to mention is, look at your NPAs and non-performing. Look at understand the signals, early warning signals that are coming in, and look at containing the NPAs. So we have worked on four prone strategies. One is to mobilize deposits. Secondly, look at fee-based activities. Then thirdly, look at managing overheads as far as possible, general as well as human resource costs. And fourthly, look at containing NPA, my dear friends. I think if we work on these four areas clearly, 2008 is not going to be a very difficult year. I think with the support and the commitment that our managers have in our region, I'm sure we can do that. So be positive about it. And support from the regional office, zonal office, and the center, that is head office, will always be there. I can assure you that. And with, I think, Mr. Paiva taking over human resource division fully without being designated, so that's last year. I think we're going to have a marvelous time, and as far as HR area is concerned, I hope and pray we'll have better and more improved service from the center. And also the other area would be the operations that they are also there. There will be a lot of work as even the MD says, and there will be a lot of with the new system coming in, there will be a lot of work involved. So it will be really difficult and challenging. One side the internal things like new system going to be implemented, the other side thinner margins will work on the recovery issues, and but this is the time I think your professionalism will really count. Professionalism will really count. So we need to. I'm sure. I'm confident our managers are really professional in our region, and they should be able to challenge. They be able to meet these challenges very professionally and take the region forward. So without taking much of your time once again, and thank you very much all of you for being here, especially the other regions, Northeastern region and Jiva's team on the extension office, and actually we had very good working relationship in this building. Northeastern region from Rohan's team, Jiva's team, and our team. They were really united and got together in various functions that we have. So thank all of you once again, my dear friends, and have a very good day and a very good year. Thank you very much.